Grand Rising. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning. That's what I just heard. It is a beautiful morning. The sun's coming up. Go on now. Go. Shoo shoo. I'm here for the daily devotion for today is August 30th, I do believe, 2024, from Sarah Young's Jesus Calling. There is no place so desolate that you cannot find me there. When Hagar fled from her mistress, Sarah, into the wilderness, she thought she was utterly alone and forsaken. But Hagar encountered me in that desolate place. There she addressed me as the living one who sees me. Through that encounter with my presence, she gained courage to return to her mistress. No set of circumstances could ever isolate you from my loving presence. Not only do I see you always, I see you as a redeemed saint, gloriously radiant in my presence. Actually, it says in my righteousness. This is why I take great delight in you and rejoice over you with singing. Ooh. I kind of teared up there towards the end. She references Genesis chapter 16, verses 7 through 14, Psalm 139, verses 7 through 10, and Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 17. 2:03 on the timer. You know, He wants us to come to Him always. He wants us to share our lives with Him, just like we share our lives with Facebook or YouTube, 2:22 on the timer. He wants us to talk to Him. Let Him be involved in our lives. Even when things feel like they're falling apart. And a lot of times they do. But just know that when the pieces get put back together, it's going to be more strong and more beautiful and more resilient than ever. And each time it happens again. I just got the image of a house of cards. And how, or like the game Jenga, how you have to have a good foundation or the rest won't stand, right? You have to have that good groundwork. Those life experiences that build that. Because the only way we truly learn is through experience. You can read it in a book. You can watch it on videos. You can have a teacher stand in front of a room telling you. But until you can actually, 3:45 when I looked at the timer, wow. When you actually live it, it's completely different. Oh, wow. Really? Like comparing it to labor. When you've never been a mother before and, you know, you've seen all these movies and, you know, you've seen all these whatever, you know, situations where you've experienced labor, animals having babies, whatnot or whatever, 4:21 on the timer, seeing it, hearing about it, seeing pictures of it, nothing can prepare you for what you're going to experience when you actually go into labor. Because it's different for everybody. No woman has the same exact pregnancy experience. Ever. It's impossible. Because every baby is different. Everybody's body reacts differently to different things, whether that's physically, emotionally, internally. It's going to be different for everybody. But once you've been through it, boy, once you've felt it, once you've experienced it firsthand, then you can be part of that group of all the other women that talk about it. But in reality, you know, it's not going to help the person because you just don't know what to expect. Anything can happen. But that's how life is all the time. 5:39 on the timer. That's life all the time. We never know what's going to happen. You know, this situation where the man got hit on the road and died, you know, of course, I don't need things like that to tell me how precious and how important life is. But it just reiterates it. Like, it brings it to the surface. Like, you know, yeah. He was literally walking home from work. The same walk he made every day. I mean, I've been here a very short amount of time. And since I started driving to that area of town, I have seen him walking every day. It was no different for him than any other day. The day before that was the first time I actually interacted with him. Like, spoke to him, because usually he's there in the afternoons. But that day I went there in the afternoon. And he rang me up. There was a hearing impaired woman in front of me. And she gave me a hug. I could not understand what she was saying. I'm pretty sure she was high on dope. All of her teeth were rotted out of her head. She just had little nubs, and she was skinny as a rail. And anyways, but after she gave me a hug, and you know, the exchange went further than that, but that's all you guys need to know. She gave me, and I was up there paying for my stuff, and I told her, I said, she doesn't even realize how big she just made my heart almost cry right now. Because it just made me sad to see her like that. And it's like when she saw me, it was like she had known me my whole life. I didn't know this woman. But obviously, either she thought I needed a hug or she needed a hug. And man, I gave it to her. You know, it's the 8:11 on the timer. It's a questionable act, but nonetheless, we just never know what's going to happen. So be good to people. Be good to yourself, because you may not have a chance to do it again. Appreciate your body. Appreciate the fact that you can stop at the store and get out of your car by yourself, walk in, pay for your stuff, and get in and go. This young man, which I don't know exactly how young he was, but I'm pretty sure he was younger than me. It was just another day. Walking home from work. It's just crazy. Alright, this video's gone on long enough, probably way too long. Be grateful for what you have. If you can feel a need out there, if there in any possible way, please do so. Be blessed, find peace, and I'll see you next time.